Hey guys, welcome back. Orbomb here, bringing you another one of our live deck matches. Today we're actually playing Kingdra Quagsire versus Naganadel Stakataka. I'm actually really excited for this matchup because I think Naganadel Stakataka is really cool. I think it's really strong. It's a deck I've been working on ever since I saw Stakataka. I'm really excited about it. And Kingdra was a card that got a little bit of hype whenever it came out. Obviously, this is post-rotation and it's stage 2, which means it's going to be a little bit weaker than your standard decks that you're going to be seeing in post-rotation. But, you know, it's still worth going over because we do want to go over all these notable cards. So we'll talk about it as go. But let's talk about Stakataka first. Now, if you guys don't know what Stakataka does, it's a new GX card, Metal-type Pokemon, and has the ability that reduces damage to your Ultra Beast Pokemon by 10, and it does indeed stack, which is really cool because that way you can reduce the damage to a lot of your Pokemon by a good amount of damage. And it works on the bench, it works on the active. It's really cool against Buzzwole because theoretically, if you have three Stakatakas down, your opponent's Buzzwoles do not do any damage to your bench Pokemon. So we're playing it with Naga because Naga is the only like decent 1 energy attacking Ultra Beast that can pair well with it because we can start using Max Potion shenanigans too. Also, since there's post rotation, I'm not currently playing this on my deck list, but in post rotation there's a lot less Field Blower in the format, which means if you're worried about things like Malamar decks or any other psychic type attackers, you can play cool tech like Weakness Policy, and that would actually work because there's not too many ways to get rid of tools in this upcoming format that people will actually play, which is really cool. So I think Naganadel has some cool places. Then you have access to like Beast Rings and Duskmane and other really strong metal type attackers. So there's a bunch going on for it. And then Stakataka has an attack that hits for 120 for 3 energies, and it does 50 damage times the amount of prize cards you've taken. I believe that's correct. So I mean, overall, it's not a bad card at all. Then you have Kingdra. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Kingdra has 230 HP, stage 2 Pokemon with a 2 retreat cost. I wish I had a 1 retreat cost. The 2 retreat cost is kind of killer for it, but overall it's still a cool attacker because it does 10 damage plus 50 more damage for each water energy attached to yourself. So you can load up a Kingdra and hit for huge numbers, which is easy enough to do with Aqua Patch, even with post rotation and losing elixirs and stuff like that. But what makes it really cool is that you have Quagsire. It's a brand new card in the new format in the next set, which lets you it lets you lets you switch energies from your bench to your active Pokemon, water energies. It lets you switch water energies from your bench to your active Pokemon, which means that you can always move your Aqua Patch energies onto your active Pokemon with this ability, and it's also a good way to switch between 2 different Kingdras. And because we have that ability, we can use cards like Max Potion and stuff like that. Now it's hard to tech out a list like Kingdra just because you are stage 2 and you're really reliant on Aqua Patches as well. So like, you can't really add too much cards. Like for instance, I'm only able to fit in a 1/1 line in this deck to actually make it like playable. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. Now the question is, which is better, this one or Lapras? I don't know. I don't know yet because 230 HP is pretty hard to hit, but like harder than the hit than the 190 HP Lapras has. But Lapras is more consistent. It's really just depending on how you feel about it. But yeah, it's definitely really cool. I like the 2 decks. I really like Stakataka and Naga. You guys remember that I coined Metal Naga. I didn't really coin it, but you know what I mean. Like I was the first person to upload it. Facts. Let that be known. Metal Naga is actually super dope. I actually really like it. So the fact that we have like a new build, and I've always wanted to play a Max Potion build of Naganadel, and with Stakataka we're actually able to do that. So I'm actually really excited about this matchup here. Now, as you saw, I really did not have a good turn 1. I wasn't able to get out more than 1 Horsey turn 1, which sucks. But my opponent didn't get that great either. I mean, he did manage to get out 2 Poipos, and he's going to be able to spit poison me. He's not able to do too much damage, but I'm really stuck here. That Judge was really hurtful. My opponent did turn 1 Judge me, but I'm able to hit this man for 60. My plan is that I can use the Seadra in my hand to snipe it if he does retreat. Or if he evolves, I can just keep attacking with Lele until it gets knocked out. I'm not in the best position though. I'm not gonna lie. It's really awkward. I remember that I was like, well, I don't know. I'm recording these really late at night or really early at the morning. That's what it is. The other one I recorded late at night. Although I don't even know if those videos are uploadable because they were really weird. But regardless, I'm really tired whenever I'm uploading this. So you're probably gonna notice a mistake here or there. But here. Like for instance, right here, I wanted to use Water Arrow as a Horsey because I didn't want to evolve into Seadra. I don't know why. For some reason, I was under the impression that this is the first turn. I was like, the first turn I played it down, I was like, oh wait a minute, I can't evolve, can I? And I took it back without actually saying it out loud, then I was just like, oh wait, I can't evolve, and then I re-evolve and I hit the thing. Because right here, I think that I can water arrow the Poiple on the bench for a knockout, but with Stakataka on the bench, I can't actually do that because it's an Ultra Beast. So I actually have to evolve in order to do it, but you're gonna see like this weird play here where we both forget about the abilities. And like I said, guys, this is our first time ever playing these decks, especially for Tony. Shout out to Tony for being such a huge help with like recording these videos. He's actually just now seeing these decks for the first time and going, oh cool, I definitely want to check these out. So yeah, you'll see us catch the mistake in a second where I do just evolve and continue the knockout because I can't evolve that turn. So yeah, forgive the exhaustion. I'm trying my best to get out as many videos as I can while I'm on vacation for you guys. So what I do is just say, okay, so I do just evolve and I just take the knockout. And I told them that I thought I couldn't evolve, but I guess I could. So boom, there we go. We're all good. Everything's all good. But anyways, we took the knockout. So water arrow is cool. Now there is a new Kingdra in the next set, which is a excuse me. Sorry for making like half of you guys watching yawn. And the new Kingdra has 90 HP. This one has 80 HP. I like both of them, and I couldn't choose which one to play. But I'm gonna be 100% honest, guys. I forgot about the HP. I forgot about the new Kingdra whenever I built this deck. The 90 HP is better because, you know, an odd number of HP is pretty decent. It's harder to be knocked out with Lele's and stuff like that. So, but this one actually hits for 30 on the bench, which is really strong as well. So it's really up to like, it's really just up to preference, I suppose. We'll see how the meta folds, but over here there's not really too much I can do. Like, I'm in such an awkward position. I could just attach and retreat. I'm probably just going to judge here because I don't really, or whatever I have, Cynthia, yeah. Because I want to evolve into a Kingdra, but I don't have much cards going for me. That turn one judge is really killer for my setup, especially when you're like disrupting a stage 2 deck. You can, it's hard enough to bounce. It's hard enough to like set up as a stage 2 deck as it is, but like to be disrupted that much really sucks. So we'll see how we can bounce back here. Now we can definitely bounce back. It's not like impossible because we are still Kingdra. We have high HP and we can take huge Okos. But the problem is, right, that like usually it would only take us four energies to take a knockout on a Naganadel. But with Stakataka, we're actually short by 10 because it reduces the damage by 10. Excuse me, guys. I'm like coughing like crazy. So we actually have to soften up a lot of his Pokemon. Now we do have a really cool GX attack that does 40 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, but Stakataka, each of your opponent's Pokemon, but Stakataka actually reduces that as well. So we're only really doing 30 damage, which is like whatever, I suppose. I mean, we might as well use it because there's nothing else to use as far as our Kingdra goes, and it is a 1 energy attack. All of his attacks are 1 energy attacks. His second attack does like 30 and switches, so it's not anything new there. So it's not too important, but I do find myself using it a couple times just to put some chip damage on the board while keeping myself a little bit safer. We'll see what my opponent can do this turn. Ultra Recon Squad for 6, which is really, really nice. I think Ultra Recon Squad is great, especially in a deck like Naga and Ultra Beast decks in general, where you have all these fun, cool tech Ultra Beasts you can play that you can easily discard in particular matchups because you're not going to be using them as much. He's gonna hit me for whatever damage. You can't actually see the other die, I think. So it's all good, no worries. But let's see what my opponent can do here. I don't actually remember what he hit me for. Did he just like... Oh well, moving on. We're gonna go ahead and oh yeah, no, there's an orange die there. You can just hardly see it. I gotta remember to not use those dies while recording, because when I live commentate, it's really hard for me to see some of these die because I'm not looking at the final product. But anyways, we have 2 Kingdras out and a Quagsire, so our board is actually set up pretty nicely. The problem is that we don't have enough energies on the board in order for me to take a knockout. I would have to get 1 more energy on the board to hit the right number. And I don't have Aqua Patch in hand, so the best we can do is soften up this this Naganadel, which is not something I really want to do because I wanna take full knockouts because he does play Max Potion, but it's very difficult for us to do, and I can't attack with Lele because in a perfect world he gets down like 3 more Ultra Beasts and takes an Oko, which is not something I want to happen because I'm losing 2 energies in that process. So I definitely have to give him. Definitely have to attack this turn, but I have to attack with the Pokemon that can't be Oko'd. So my best play is really just to switch and like go from there. I have to be really careful about when I take a knockout too, because I don't want him to B-string ever. We should mute the camera. I surely should mute the mic when I'm yawning. But I don't want him to B-string like ever. So I have to make sure that I try to knock him out with a low hand size. But that's really not the easiest thing to control ever. Oh, also I forgot to mention this, but if you hear some panting or scratching or whatever, I'm actually dog sitting for my baby girl Molly. I'm actually dog sitting at my best friend's house. He is out on vacation, so I gotta watch his dog, and I love his dog, but his dog is very loud and has panic attacks when it comes to storms, and it just finished storming, so hopefully she won't have any more issues. But yeah, that's the goal. As you saw, I did use that first attack I was mentioning earlier, or that second attack where I mentioned earlier. I was only able to hit him for 20 because I don't play choice bands in this deck anymore because there's no space, but it did put him in range of the knockout next turn, and I was able to switch, so that was pretty cool. I do want to prevent as much damage as possible. Kingdra would be a lot easier to play if it was a 1 retreat cost, because then you could manually switch and then not feel like you're reducing your damage by too much. It's an awkward 2 retreat cost, because what I want to do in a perfect world is switch between both a Kingdra, but between both Kingdras, and then max potion each one every time they get damaged, and use Quagsire to switch the energies between the two. That's like a perfect scenario, but you can't really do that because we don't have Flowstone, so it's not like easy to pull off. And without elixirs and things like that, it's hard enough to set up your board with enough energies as it is. I really should toss that orange die. It doesn't really do much for me. Anyways, he's going to hit me for whatever damage. I believe that's 1, 2, 40, 60, 90 damage. Yeah, so he hit me for 90, which is a 2 at KO, so that's awkward. But I mean, at least he didn't knock me out, which is good. So I'm going to play down another horsey here. We have a nest ball that I could throw down, but I kind of want to, I mean, I can't throw it down now because I filled up my bench, but I want to hold on to nest ball for the future. I am just going to manually retreat here into the other Kingdra that is damaged, because if he does take a knockout, which he's most likely going to take a knockout next turn. Like, there's no way he doesn't take a knockout. He has a beast energy on the Duskmane. So if he does manage to beast string, at least knock out the damage one, right? We're losing all of our energies in the process, but we haven't used any Aqua Patch from what I saw, so I'm not too worried about it. He's going to go ahead and Ultra Recon, or not Ultra Recon Squad, Ultra Space, because Ultra Space is broken, and like the whole concept of Ultra Beast are broken. And someone should ban beast string, please, because that's ridiculous. But besides that, you know, it's fine. But yeah, the beast strings are kind of scary here because he can GX me, or he can just like hit me for like huge numbers, which I'm sure he's going to drop one in a second, because yeah, you just always drop that beast string. You're always ready. That's the cool thing about Ultra Recon Squad and Lily and like all these cards that draw but don't shuffle draw, is that you can hoard these beast strings in your hand without having to. And he got 2 beast strings, bro. 2 beast strings. You can hoard these beast strings in your hand without forcing yourself to shuffle them back in, which is pretty useful. I'm not too sure about Lily in this deck. I haven't thrown one in yet, but I definitely want to try it out. I've been testing Lily a little bit more often. I don't like playing Lily in decks that play like stage 2s or stage 1s with like items like beast string and stuff like that, where you want to hold on to them. You can't just discard them, but you can't just play them whenever you want, because your hands do get kind of clumped up. But Lily, just being able to draw is just always good. So Lily's not too bad. I do need to actually give me a full art Lily for my max rarity deck. So I don't really play max rarity anymore. I actually sold all my. I'm actually gonna upload a video probably sometime soon. I recently uploaded one that was just viewable by people that have the link to it. But I'm probably gonna upload a video soon of like me selling all my cards, because I didn't get rid of my stuff. Like, I'm selling all my regular arts and hyper rare. I'm only keeping full arts from now on because I can't afford master sets anymore. So we're just gonna be done with that. But anyways, he does have a fully set up thing. He's just gonna go ahead and GX me, keep his energies on board. Now let's see if I can get myself, what is it, perfect world, 3 aqua patches and a manual attachment. That's a perfect world. Let's get it right now. We don't have any more lilies and Lele's in the deck, so we can't exactly try to go for Lele, which sucks. I kind of want to start just putting 3 Lele's in all my decks, bro, because I found myself needing Lele a lot more often in these games. Or maybe I should just like play like a 20 count of draw supporters, start playing like 4 Sophocles, 4 Lilies, 4 Cynthias, like just go all in. Anyways, we just have to pass here, so it's unfortunate because we are a dead hand, but maybe we'll top deck out of the situation. He can manually attach and take a knockout, putting him at 2 prizes remaining, which means he is a Guzma away from winning the game, and he can very easily take a knockout on the damage Lele on the bench, which sucks. And I probably should have gone up to the damage Lele instead of the one that isn't damaged, but I didn't want him to Oko me with just the first attack because he has a beast. He has the beast energy on it. I want him to Oko me with the discarding attack, right? So that way he's a less of a threat later. Because he has the beast energy, which means his first attack, his metal claw, whatever it's called, hits for 90. So that would be really awkward because that means he'd be able to just win the game next turn. But here, I want to see if I can get away with some shenanigans. So we're definitely going to try our best to take a knockout. So we just have the top deck. But once again, just getting 4 energies on the board would be all we need to get the knockout, which we can do with a good top deck. We just have to find a manual attachment and 3 aqua patches, and we haven't used any yet. We've already gone pretty deep in our deck. We have access to cards like Trainer Mail and Order Pad and things like that. We're only playing 2 Order Pads in this deck. I was playing 0, and then I found that like just not having access to my items as much as I would like was really, really hurtful. So I put in 2, and it worked a little bit better. Of course, it is a flip card, but for the most part, I've been like, the deck has been a lot better with the Order Pads in. But you know how it is. Like, some people hate Order Pads, some people like it. I really, really like it, but I understand why people hate it. Let's see what's going on here. Can he Guzma for game? Does he have enough energies to Guzma for game? He's actually, this deck doesn't play too many energies, and I don't have that one, that there's a new energy card that works like Rescue Stretcher, but for energy, like shuffle 3 back in or put 1 directly to your hand. It exists. I don't have it in this deck because I don't really feel like you need it, because you have the Solgaleo Prism, but you know, there's options. Okay, we got 1 aqua patch. We'll just go ahead and throw that down, and we'll put that to the active, and then we can just start hitting, bro. We can GX here and just put everything in range, I think. Or yeah, I'd rather just attack the active, honestly. Just start chipping it down because these things need to go, bro. And the sooner as I take down 2 more prizes, the better it'll be for me, because that is less beast strings you can use. This is really good. That's pretty helpful. But I don't know how many energies he has left in the deck. He seems to be struggling to find one. He has 1 in hand from the looks of it. So I think he's just waiting for a Guzma play, honestly. That's why he's holding on to the energy. You could also just attach to the Naga. Does he have 1 in hand? Oh, I guess he's shuffling it back in now. He's gonna play Cynthia. Yeah, okay. Sorry about the whole discard being like blocked off. You know how it is. I'm trying my best to like keep, that's why you see me trying to keep the board tight, and I'm constantly moving cards around the board, even my opponent's cards, because I'm trying to make sure everything's visible on the camera. But like the discard, I must have missed that. So the deck and the discard is hard to keep track of. Yeah, as you see, I'm moving it now, but it's fine. Let's see. Let's see if he can get himself a Guzma. He literally just needs a Guzma to win, and I have taken no prizes so far. Well, have I? I thought I've already taken some prizes. I guess not. Oh yeah, I've taken 3 prizes. There's only 3 prizes left. So I can still win this game. I just need like really, really good top decks, bro. I need the power. I need the power right now. We can Aqua Patch and not take a knockout yet, but we'll have more damage on the board. We can also just keep the energy on the Kingdra and not move it up. I guess there's no reason to not move it up though, because then he's not really a GX attack away, because I'm only hitting the bench with 30. So I'll just go ahead and hit this man for, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the other shenanigans. I'm just gonna hit him and keep the energy on my other Kingdra, so my energy spread out a little bit. Not like it matters too much right now, but you know, he could knock out Quagsire and cause an issue for me. Although Quagsire is not a bad attack either. He also has Hydro Pump. He's on a max potion though, which sucks, but he's losing more energy, so it's not too bad. Like I said, he's probably just stalling for a Kingdra play, or for a Guzma play, because a Guzma play would win him the game if he has another manual attachment. Also, Stakataka can GX. Well, he can't GX attack me anymore, but yeah, there's a Guzma, but he doesn't have an energy. Huh. This is turning out. I think in this matchup he ran out of energy. Or maybe he had energies prized. That might have been it as well. But I can move, if I land this Order Pad, I do get an Aqua Patch, which I do land. And that Aqua Patch means I have 3 energies on the board, and Quagsire can start doing damage. And at this point, I'm realizing that there's something wrong with how Tony is playing. And the fact that he's Guzmaing now without waiting to get another energy attachment means that he probably can't get another energy attachment. Or at least he's really running out of options to. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and move all my energies to Quagsire and start hitting this man for damage. Now, it does do 50. I don't actually remember the exact damage. We'll see in a second, but With only one Stakataka down, it means just one. Yeah, so it does 20 more. It does 60 plus 20 more damage for each energy attached to yourself, and it's a 3 energy attack. So we're hitting for 120 right now. With Stakataka, it makes it 110, but that's a 2-hit KO. So we might be able to bounce this back somehow, which is really, really interesting. If he Guzmas up anything else besides the Vulpix, even Vulpix, I guess, wouldn't be that big of a deal, but like we can attack with all of our Pokemon because of our Quagsire's ability. So that's really, really interesting. So we might have been able to bounce this game back. I know it's a long game because there's just like, there's so much to think about, and we're both max potion decks, so lots of stalling, lots of getting cards together. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but if you're watching this video and you got to this point in the video, definitely don't forget to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys don't know what the support means, and if you're this far in the video, that means you're probably enjoying it, or you're at least interested. And if you're interested in this kind of content, I do upload a lot more of this kind of content. So definitely drop a like if you have not already. Subscribe and share so that we can get the name of Aurabomb out there to the world. We're trying to start an industry. Aurabomb Industries is growing. That aside, thank you guys for all support and all that good jazz. I do really appreciate it. We should have a deck profile for both of these decks. One tomorrow, one the next day, and then we'll have the third game. Because if you guys don't know, we do 3 games. 2 in this one video, and then another one in the video after the deck profiles. He's gonna get Solgaleo Prism, and I'm assuming he's getting the Solgaleo Prism because he probably has another energy in the deck still. So he's not in the worst position ever, but he's actually choosing to just bench the Lele. So maybe he was just trying to like thin the deck out a little bit and just play Cynthia. Yeah, okay. So maybe he doesn't have the mental energy. I don't know. Regardless though, he needs to either switch or find a max potion here so he doesn't get knocked out next turn, because I can bring this back with the solo Quagsire, bro. Quagsire is about to put in the work right now, bro. Screw Kingdra. We just take out the Kingdras. We'll play just Quagsire. We're hitting for a lot less damage, but it's okay because we're playing Quagsire. Shout out to a Quag to the past. The Quagsire is so cool too. I love that ability, is so strong. I only wish that it did more damage because I would love to just attack with just Quagsire. That'd be really dope. It's just the fact that you're playing a stage 2 with a stage 1, and you have to play everything that you need to play to make stage 2s actually work. And then like you have to play Aqua Patch in this deck, so yeah. I remember like Blaziken was fun, and Blaziken was more consistent only because he didn't have a stage 1 to go with it, and he also didn't have a particular item that had to be played besides the obvious rare candy. So that's why Blaziken was like more consistent than this deck in my opinion, but still like this deck is so powerful when it goes off, right? He's gonna keep ultra balling or keep ultra spacing and making sure that he is thinning his deck so he can get what he needs at the right time. What he needs at the right time. This deck does play 4 Guzmas, so it's not like he's running low on Guzma. He still has them in the deck. He just has to wait for the perfect turn for like an energy and a Guzma to show up at the same time. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and attack for knockout, attaching an energy to Kingdra. We got another Aqua Patch and another energy off that, so it's another 2 more energies on the board. So that is gonna be 5 energies on a Quagsire. So we're hitting for 160. 150 with, or actually there's no more Stakataka, so we're hitting for 160. So if we were to top deck like a final Aqua Patch, we'd be able to hit 180, which would knock out Lele. We would need like 2 cards though. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll top deck a Draw Supporter and just get like the perfect turn. Regardless, this is one of his best Pokemon he can pull out here. He also put down another Stakataka, so now we have to hit even higher numbers, which is fine because as long as we can only hit even numbers anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So which means that the 200 would become 190. Using another Stakataka into his hand thanks to Ultra Space. And he's gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball some stuff out just to continue thinning while he tries to find what he needs to win this game, because he just has to close this game out. So he's gonna go ahead and toss Solgaleo Prism. I really don't think he has energies left in the deck. I remember talking to him about it, and I think he was just like, I'll never tell. Because like he's Tony. If you guys don't know Tony, if you guys remember the League Cup vlog that I had, the only vlog on my channel, it was actually really, really funny vlog. I remember everybody saying that I did a really good job with the edits, so shout out to you guys. But in that vlog, Tony was the self-appointed #1 Aurabomb fan. We did top deck a Cynthia, so this is actually beautiful. We're gonna go in Aqua Patch here. We have 3 energies. I wish we top deck a Guzma, because then Guzma would have won us the game. But Cynthia's fine too. Cynthia can get us a Guzma. I'm just trying to do some math in my head. Oh, I'm gonna retreat. No, do I win? Yeah, I do win because I hit for 200. Yeah, I don't have to do anything else. That's right. Okay, that's right. I forgot, guys. Don't crucify me. It's been a minute. Yeah, we just hit for 200 by retreating because that would be 4 energies, which is 210, and then with the Stakataka it's 200, and it has 190 HP. Dope. So we actually won that game because it looks like my opponent ran out of energies. I'm pretty sure he did. I would have to like rewatch the game because I think the deck plays 11 energies altogether, not counting the beast. So maybe he has maybe he had a couple prizes and that's what won us the game. But regardless, I mean, we take those W's, bro. We played to our outs. That was our out. Him prizing all of his energies. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go second, I believe. I don't actually remember if I'm going first or second in this game, because I think this is a different day, if I remember correctly. So it's not the same recording sesh, because I'm at the mercy of my battery life, which is never that high. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna get another game here. Game 2. And yeah, I am gonna go first because I won the roll in this thing because we couldn't remember what happened and we weren't bothered to watch the video because we played a lot of games and because we kept testing the deck to make sure that the deck was at the point of being recordable. Like, because what we do a lot of the time is that we try to record games, but then we're just like, oh, I want to change this about the deck. Oh, I want to change this about the deck. Oh, we should change this about the deck, because we want to make both decks as good as we can within the like 10-15 games that we play with it beforehand. So it's always one of those things where like, I don't remember what's happening, you know what I mean? Like just recently, this is I was playing Noivern versus Malamar. Malamar Necrozma, like regular Necrozma. Malamar Necrozma is like broken. Oh, by the way, spoilers for potential videos that are gonna come out. Necrozma is like broken still. We managed to make the deck work even without Bridget, even without like Sycamore and stuff like that. We still managed to make it work, and I can't wait to show you guys. But even so, like Noivern's really, really cool because you have access to like Altaria now, which means that you can easily take 2 KOs while item locking, and it's a slower format, so it's easier for you to set up your Pokemon. Excuse me. So it's really interesting. Definitely can't wait to show you guys that video. But there was a lot of changes I wanted to make. The Malamar deck I felt like it was fine. I don't think I've ever wanted to make changes because we did a lot of theory crafting and a lot of test drawing with that deck, which is really all you need to do with that deck because because the deck is very it's not super solitaire because you have to be very wary about which Pokemon you attack with, but like it's like super solitaire decks are decks like Vikabulu, where your only strategy is to get out Vikavolt and Bulu and to attack. But like this deck is really similar to that strategy, so you just have to worry about how good is your opening couple plays, and so that's why the deck doesn't need to be like play tested more as it needs to be like just like draw tested. I don't know what the word is there. Setup tested. I don't know. But regardless, that aside, Noivern is not that way. Noivern needs a lot more playtesting because it involves a little bit more, like as far as like where you're gonna attach your energies every turn, what supporter do you prefer to use every turn, and things like that. And it's really interesting. But we are gonna go ahead and attach our energy here. We did get Spit Poison, but we do start the game off with 2 Horsies and a Wooper, which is definitely not bad. I would like to get a 3rd Horsey here. That'd be ideal. We are playing 4 Nest Balls, so hopefully we can help that we can draw into cards that are more useful like that. So we'll see what we can do here. My opponent did get Stakataka and 2 Poipoles down, so they're pretty set as well. They were forced to play down a Lele. Lele is never great to be forced to play down in these Naganadel matchups. You usually want to just go throughout the game without benching too many Leles, because it does reduce the cap of your damage with your Naganadel. But overall, it's not too bad. We do have a Quagsire in our hand for next turn, which is actually for this turn, because I guess a couple turns have passed while I was talking about things, about setup and stuff like that. But we can't really attack, so we're just gonna have to deal with the damage, because a Stakataka does mean we do 0 with our attack damage, so it is what it is there. And once again, Molly's being loud again, so if you guys are hearing Molly, I do apologize. Hopefully my magical editing skills will edit that out, and then you guys will be like, what are you talking about? I can't hear anything. And there's a dog. If I had face cam right now, I'd show you the dog, but I don't have face cam right now. Let me know if you guys want face cam, because I think, hopefully, I might have recorded an update video before all this stuff happens, because I'm bulk recording this before I do my update video. July is a huge month for me, guys, because I'm going to be gone during over half the month. I'm going to be in Morocco and France and on vacation and stuff like that. I'm going to France to go visit my grandmother's grave, and I'm going to Morocco to go visit my family, because I haven't seen my family in like 6 years, and I have to go see them. And they're in like a very third worldy part of the area, I guess I should say. So I'm been working my butt off trying to make as much money as possible so that I can go over there and just give them a bunch of money that they can use for their bills and spending money and food and stuff like that. So that's my goal. I've been working like almost daily, which is why in June you didn't see as many uploads and streams as like say previous months. I know that May was rough because of Ramadan, and then June is rough because of work. And then July, I'm not around, but I've been bulk recording like crazy during the month of June so that you guys can get all these videos. So hopefully you guys appreciate the hard work I've been putting in for you guys, because like I've been putting in this work like crazy just for you guys to like enjoy content, see my thoughts, for me to play some games with these people. Unfortunately, we are in this weird position where we can't seem to get out of Kingdra, so we just have to attack with Lele, and hopefully my opponent does not Guzma up the horsey on my bench, because that would be awkward. I want this to become a Kingdra at some point. He does have he has 3 Stakatakas down now. So he's reducing our damage by 30. So we were hitting for 60, but now we're only hitting for 30. Beforehand he only had 2 Stakatakas down, I believe. I don't know if I like miscounted or something like that. If I did, it's not a big deal. But regardless, like this is insanity. Insanity. Let's see what Tony does here. And hopefully we can like top deck a way to evolve up our horsey and hopefully put more down. Because having only 1 horsey makes me kind of nervous. Ideally you have like a Quagsire and 2 Kingdras down. That's like ideal world scenario. I could Aqua Patch and move my energies, continue to move my energies up to Lele, which is it's super risky because you kind of need Lele to you know, not be knocked out, because it's easy to knock out and you'd rather attack with Kingdra. But like I'm in a situation where I just want to take knockouts, get some prizes, and hopefully the prizes will help me set up my Pokemon easier. We'll see what we can do here though. Another Naga. So all of his Pokemon are hard to knock out now. And he attaches a Choice Band to the active, which is interesting. I can see why, because that GX attack is still so strong. But we're going to keep taking... Oh, never mind. I thought the active was a Stakataka. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I couldn't tell because of the dye, and like I said earlier in the video, it's hard for me to tell what's going on the screen. No, the active's a Naganadel. I apologize. Naganadel is eating my soul though, and we're still stuck. We have like 2 Aqua Patches. We have all this juice in our hand, but we can't do anything about it. And I can't attack with Quagsire. I guess I could attack with Quagsire. He's only hitting me for 100. But I'm just gonna attack him with this and just lose the energies. I have Aqua Patch still, so I can still attack with Quagsire next turn and take a knockout, and then he's gonna B-string and proceed to blow me away, and there's not too much I can do about it. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can knight a crazy cool comeback, and hopefully he does not max potion. That would be ideal. He did not max potion. That's ideal. Let's see if we can take a knockout here. We do have Order Pad that we can try to play to get us out of this situation. Because now that I drew that Order Pad, I could get Ultra Ball and like potentially like just get a bunch of shenanigans to get out of the situation to get Kingdra, because we have Arcane in hand. But unfortunately, we whiffed the Order Pad, so nothing we can do there. So there's no real change of plans here. I think what I do is I still continue to try to take a knockout here. The question is though, like, I think, oh yeah, the camera died here. Oh, that's what happened. The camera died, and I thought, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Quagsire. He has 80 damage on him. In order for me to take a knockout, I have to 130, which means that I would need to have 4 energies, but 4 energies would only be 120. I would need 5 energies. But for some reason, I think that I hit more than enough damage to take a knockout here, so I confidently make this play, just move everything up, and I hit for what I believe is knockout. But between like the exhaustion and the camera like dying and stuff like that, I don't actually take a knockout like I thought I did. So yeah, as you can see, I'm calculating. I'm just like, oh wait, I actually don't take a knockout. So mistakes were made. It is what it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit him though, because he can't hit me back at the very least. So I still get my 2 at KO, but it's just like, man, it's a bummer to not take a knockout there, because I really need stuff. I mean, the plus side is this gives me an extra turn to set up a Kingdra potentially, which is not bad, because like, you know, it'd be better than attacking with a Quagsire. But then again, once I do take a knockout, the B-string plays become active once more, and then I'm just like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? B-string is so good. B-string is broken. B-string is broken. Somebody needs to... We should just become Yu-Gi-Oh and just start limiting cards. So he's just a max potion to just put like salt in the wound. You know how it is. You know how it is. He's just putting salt in the wound here, making sure I that I can't do anything, and he can still hit me for 100 with another manual attachment here. And I'm sure he has one in hand. Yeah, he's just gonna attach and then hit me for 100 damage. And there's not too much I can do here. I just have to hope for top decks. What did I get? Another Aqua Patch. That's exciting. We still have Guzma in hand, but like the only thing that Guzma can do for us is let us stall, I guess, so that we don't get knocked out next turn. So what we're gonna have to do is Guzma retreat manually, and probably bring up a Stakataka. Actually, we'll probably bring up the Duskmane, because Duskmane can't attack yet, and the Duskmane can't attack yet, and if we can knock it out, then that's one less B-string target that's actually like viable on his board. So we're just gonna go ahead, Aqua Patch, manually retreat. You know how it is. So this way we still have an energy on the horsey in case it does evolve, like if we top deck some crazy crap. But we are in top deck mode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what my opponent can do here. Just gonna Guzma and knock out the horsey, which makes me sad, but you know, these things happen. So let's see what we can do. We need something to make sure we don't lose next turn. We attach an energy, and then we just lose because we don't have any Pokemon we can play down. He just takes the knockout next turn. I'm just looking through my deck. I'm just like, hey, what can I get? Hey, a Stretcher gets me like a Lele, I guess. But yeah, there's not too much I can do about this. So Fort Worth is calling me. Well, you don't call me in the middle of me recording. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching. You guys got to see a video where we both kind of set up. Now you guys want to see a video where I couldn't set up at all, but you know, as the pattern goes, the third video is kind of wild. So definitely come back after these deck profiles to see what happens in the last match, and then we're gonna move on to the next match. And I'm really excited to show you guys. But definitely don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz, and I'll see you guys next time with another upload. Peace.